Okay, the cishet incels on YouTube have spoken. Again. And are judging another movie before it's even out to judge, before its opening credits have even rolled. The Odyssey has made them mad. Can you guess why, though? Oh dear, oh god. Oh, well, yeah. Lupita Nyong'o and Elliot Page. In reality, though, outside of the manosphere is different. Christopher Nolan is the only director in Hollywood that can sell out movies a year in advance. When the tickets for the Odyssey went on sale for the 70mm IMAX presentations, they disappeared like something from The Prestige. Did I really just say that? Seriously though, they sold out pretty fast. Every one of those IMAX screens is booked full. In reality, this faux outrage from these guys, because that's what it is, faux, has been gaining momentum from the same people that brought you outrage for these things too. They were very upset at these things, enraged, distraught even, including burning some Bud Light stuff as well. I mean, what the hell? Only here with the Odyssey, they're full-on racist and full-on transphobic. But what they're saying is all nonsense. It's always nonsense. It feels like the inevitable ritual of burning Odyssey merch just to burn it, because you got upset. Although I haven't seen anyone do that yet, but maybe someone will. In fact, please, somebody burn your Nolan Blu-ray collection just because he cast a black person and put the burning on YouTube. It'd probably get more views than most of my videos though, to be fair, you know. So, let's focus on the main complaint these people have. Black people in roles they think they shouldn't be in. That's the shorthand. It's outrage over casting someone that offends racists with a skin colour that they don't like. They cry race swapping, they're morally offended by it. But what about this? What about this? It's Mel Gibson's Resurrection of the Christ, coming soon to a cinema near you. Jacko Otniver is a white Finnish actor playing a Middle Eastern Jewish man. Isn't that race swapping? They've got nothing to say about this though. But it is exactly the same complaint they have against Lupita Nyong'o playing Helen of Troy, but she's black. And the racists, they don't like the fact that she exists at all. In various comments here and there, I have seen and heard some of these racists say, but what if they recast Blade as a white man? To be honest though, I'd be upset if they recast anyone but Wesley Snipes, if they even ever make the new film. But look at this. Mickey Rooney's portrayal of Mr. Yunioshi. It's shocking how not only there's a swap here, but also there's a comedy exaggeration of an Asian person. An exaggeration that has fed racist impressions of people from that part of the world since the film's release in 1961. If we look at pretty much any Adam Sandler movie, it's got those similar exaggerated ethnic stereotypes that we're supposed to laugh at, not laugh with. It's not even subtle, and it's dated so badly. Some examples of recent race swapping include Scarlett Johansson in Ghost of the Shell, and Emma Stone as a character of Chinese and Hawaiian heritage in Aloha. I used some more modern references because it would be easy to say that it doesn't happen anymore, that's in the past. But it's not. It's not. It just isn't. So what's the difference though between my examples of race swapping with a white person and the Odyssey? Isn't casting a black person as what is perceived to be a white person the same thing? I think Lupita Nyong'o herself has answered this question. So, let's quote. To her casting as Helen of Troy in The Odyssey, after some critics called Christopher Nolan a coward for not casting a white actress. This is a mythological story. I'm very supportive of Chris's intention with it. And with the version of this story that he's telling, our cast is representative of the world. I'm not spending my time thinking of a defense. The criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. So Nyong'o's interpretation of the character goes deeper than just her beauty. You can perform beauty, she says. I want to know who a character is. What is beyond beauty? What is beyond looks? That's the thing about doing such a well-known text, which has been studied and interpreted and derived from. The research could be endless. The good thing about working with a writer like Chris is that it's on the page. The investigation starts with the pages you're given. That's what I based it on. I think this latest outrage is more about the moaners needing to moan, the hypocrisy, the outrage. This is the problem with the bigots. They pick a thing that they want to cry about and cry, yet tell everyone else that they're the tough men, the tough ones, and everyone else is the snowflake, while simultaneously getting perpetually offended. Here with the Odyssey, it's not just a problem they have with Helen of Troy being a person of colour. It's Elliot Page too, a trans man who is playing Elpenor, the youngest member of Odysseus' ship's crew. If it's wrong, if you don't like it because a man should be played by a man, for a start, Elliot Page has fully transitioned. So is a man, whether you like it or not. And secondly, the history of entertainment. From long back, Shakespeare, let's say, had men playing women's parts in plays, meaning gender swapping was considered normal in entertainment. This was for a few reasons though. The main one is women weren't allowed to perform in plays. Women weren't allowed to do pretty much anything except have children and be mothers. They didn't participate in society in those times. They weren't allowed to. The point in this case, though, is any transition person can play a character of the sex they've transitioned to because they are now that gender, which negates the original complaint, but also gender has been swapped purposefully in stuff like plays because of the inherent bigotry in society in the first place. Again, in the end, the bigots are upset about Elliot Page because they don't want him to exist at all. The bigots never say it directly though. They hide that in clever criticism. So let's look at what's gone on here. Once again, certain members of the YouTube film reviewer community have put up videos fixing the Odyssey already, just like they did with the unreleased Supergirl movie. Although Supergirl might be rubbish, it isn't because of the lead actor. And so far when it comes to female characters, Nolan hasn't really had a great track record of in-depth women in his films anyway. So whatever you think of Nolan's casting decisions, whatever you think of the cast itself, the story, the cinematography, and all the other aspects of the Odyssey, it is a new non-franchise, big-budget movie that might just be the biggest film of the year, from a director that has brought us some spectacular movies throughout his career. But from an anti-woke perspective, there is something to moan about because Nolan dared to cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy, because he dared to cast Elliot Page as Elpenor. Maybe those moaners are over the moon because the fake outrage equals views, which equals cash. But don't fall for it, folks. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. It's fake. It's not real. Just go along and enjoy the Odyssey for what it is. A piece of spectacular cinema, potentially from one of our greatest modern directors.